So, Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. I discovered this title, I think, 2 years ago, and I was sold. I knew I had to check this out at some time, at some point. Some people call this a Christmas special, like a something that would play on TV. It's a 1964 film, and it is feature length, so I still just consider it a Christmas movie. But it definitely looks like something that was certainly made for TV. I looked it up, and this was 200,000. Its budget to make, and this is 1964. So I don't know if that's before inflation, but I looked up what 200,000 would be today, and it's just over 1.8 million. And this film does not feel like a movie that would take 1.8 million today dollars to make. This film is, it looks like a play. I'm telling you, it looks straight out of the 60s. I mean, the Martians are hilarious. This film is so good to watch as a comedy or to have some drinks and popcorn and just laugh at. It's perfect for kids, of course. It's totally dialed to kids. There's no like big violence other than like some characters, fighting and pushing every once in a while. But it definitely feels like something out of a kids show, out of a kids program. But it's so hilarious. I mean, the story basically is on Mars. There's children, but there's no childhood. So children are basically like small adults. There's no Christmas spirit. There's no Christmas at all. There's no television. There's no stuff like that. And all these children on Mars get obsessed with TV on Earth, and they hear about Santa Claus and they hear about Christmas. So these Martians up on Mars take it upon themselves to come down to Earth and abduct Santa Claus and learn from him and basically study him. And they end up wanting to kidnap Santa and bring Santa to Mars and basically have Santa run his shop there on Mars. Along the way, they end up also abducting these two kids, Billy and Betty, and their brother and sister, and then they're brought onto Mars, and there's the whole like adventure with them and Santa. And the dialogue is really funny. The characters are hilarious to say the least. I love the way the Martians looked. They're painted green. They got these helmets. They got this freaking antenna from the head to the side of their head, and two little like TV antennas. They waddle around. There's this one character Martian named Droppy. Droppy is my absolute favorite character, even more than Santa Claus himself, even more than little Billy and little Betty, and he's just so funny. He's that cartoonish filled character that you just gotta love. This one's very like, it's cheesy. I mean, it's a cheap movie, and I don't like, a lot of people don't even rate it that high just because of how cheap it is. It kind of reminds me a lot of like a Wizard of Oz if it was Christmas themed and there were aliens in it, kind of thing. Like you watch it, and the set design and the way everybody's acting and going about is Wizard of Oz ish, Wizard of Oz ish. Sorry, it definitely has like a cheaper set than Wizard of Oz did. Definitely a lot more micro budget than that one. Which, like I said, I don't know if the 200,000 was 1964 200,000 or today 200,000, but it feels like it was today 200,000. It's definitely believable that that 200,000 in today's currency is what they used to make this movie, because 1.8 billion even then seems like really high with the set design and everything. Obviously, the acting is atrocious from pretty much everybody, but it's delivered in that kiddish quality, you know, school play kind of acting that you would see from like the Tin Man kind of thing. Going back to the Wizard of Oz comparisons, but it's funny. It's kind of adventurous. It's the Martians are the best part of the movie. Droppy especially, like I said, and it's just a funny movie to laugh at and not take seriously. Basically, it's, in my own personal opinion, I can see it as a Christmas classic. Obviously, not as burping here, excuse me, as high quality of a Christmas classic like your Home Alones or anything like that. But it feels. I love the opening theme song too, because it definitely sounds like a '60s song, like pure oldies, and very catchy, and goes along with the style of the movie. So I loved Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. It's my first time seeing it, and I'll definitely be purchasing this one and maybe giving it a longer review in the future. We shall see. Subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you'd like to listen to my voice or if you like my film reviews. I'll be back with more soon, so stay tuned for that. Check out what's on the channel already. Stay tuned for what's coming. And until next time, have a good one. Take care and cheers.